Hello everyone. In last session, we had discussed about different hemodynamic parameter of cardiovascular system. Today, I going to be discuss about electrophysiology of heart. It is need to be learned electrophysiology of heart before go further detail about pathophysiology and management of different type of cardiac arrhythmia. What are the learning objective? After completion of this session, learners should able to describe conduction system of heart and understand the ionic basis of an action potential in a cardiac autorhythmic fiber and contractile cell. Let's first start with the cardiac muscle tissue. So, the structural and functional unit of cardiac muscle tissue is known as cardiac muscle fiber. Cardiac muscle fiber are shorter in length and less circular in transverse section. They also exhibit branching which give individual cardiac muscle fiber a stair-step appearance. The end of cardiac muscle fiber connect to neighboring fiber by intercalated disc. The disc contain desmosome and gap junction. Desmosome which hold the fiber together, where gap junction which allow the muscle action potential to conduct from one muscle fiber to its neighbor. Gap junction allow the entire myocardium of the atria or the ventricle to contract as a single coordinate unit. There are two type of cardiac muscle fiber. First, autorhythmic fiber and the second, contractile fiber. The first one is autorhythmic fiber. A network of specialized cardiac muscle fiber is the source of electrical activity. This fiber is known as autorhythmic fiber because they are self-excitable. Autorhythmic fiber repeatedly generate action potential that trigger heart contraction. These fiber have two important functions. First, they act as a pacemaker, means they generate impulse which cause contraction of heart. And the second, they form the conduction system, a network of specialized cardiac muscle fiber which provide path for each cycle of cardiac excitation and ensure that cardiac chamber becomes stimulated to contract in coordinated manner, which make the heart an effective pump. The second one is the contractile fiber. So, the action potential initiated by the SA node travel along the conduction system and spread out to excite the working atrial and ventricular muscle fiber. This atrial and ventricular muscle fiber called the contractile fiber, which is responsible for contraction of heart. Before go further detail in conducting system of heart, let's discuss important terms which related to the conducting system of heart. Here in this image, this is the plasma membrane. This red positive charge is the sodium ion. This black positive charge is the potassium ion. This negative sign is the chloride ion. This channel, red channel, is the sodium channel, and this black channel is the potassium channel. So the first one is the membrane potential. Membrane potential refers to difference in electrical charge across the membrane. So see here, the outside of cell sodium ion concentration is high, where in case of the inside potassium ion concentration is high. So the difference in electrical charge across this membrane is called the membrane potential. The next is resting membrane potential. So when the cell is at rest, its membrane is polarized and the outside of cell contain the higher amount of sodium, where inside of cell contain the excess amount of potassium. This Difference in electrical charge across the cell membrane during the resting condition is called the resting membrane potential. Normal resting membrane potential is the minus 90 millivolt, or negative membrane potential means cell have non-negative charge inside as compared to the outside. The next one is the threshold membrane potential. Threshold membrane potential means it is a membrane potential which initiate action potential. The normal threshold membrane potential of contractile fiber is minus 80 millivolt. As the cell voltage reaches to the 80 millivolt, the sodium channel is activated or open and it transfers sodium ion from outside to inside of cell, which result in the cell voltage or membrane voltage is moved toward the positive side, means minus 80 to minus 70, minus 60 or up to 0 or plus 10. So this is called the depolarization. As the voltage of cell reach to the plus 10 or plus 20, the sodium channel get inactivated and potassium channel is open. As the potassium channel is open, it efflux potassium ion from inside of cell to the outside of cell, resulting voltage of plasma membrane or the membrane potential is decreased and it come to the minus 90 millivolt. This phase is called the repolarization. So this alternative depolarization and repolarization is called the action potential. So these are the different terms which require for understand conducting system of heart. So the next is the conduction system. So the conduction system is begin with the SA node. So cardiac excitation is normally begin in SA node. SA node is located in the right atrial wall, just inferior and lateral to superior vena cava. SA node cell do not have stable resting potential. Rather, they repeatedly depolarize to threshold potential. The spontaneous depolarization is the pacemaker potential. When pacemaker potential reach threshold, it triggers an action potential. Each action potential from SA node propagate through both the atria via gap junction in the intercalated disc of atrial muscle fiber. Following the action potential, the atria is contract. By conducting along the atrial muscle fiber, the action potential reach the atrioventricular node, or we can say that AV node, which is located in interarterial septum just anterior to the opening of coronary sinus. From AV node, the action potential enter the AV bundle, which is known as bundle of His. This bundle is the only site where action potential can conduct from atria to ventricle. After propagation along the AV bundle, the action potential enter the both right and left bundle branch. Finally, the larger diameter of Purkinje fiber rapidly conduct the action potential to the ventricular myocardium and then ventricles contract, and which pushing the blood upward towards the semilunar valve. So this is the conducting system of heart. So how atria is contracted and how ventricle is contracted and how impulse is generated. In this red color, this side SA node, AV node, bundle of His, right and left bundle branch, Purkinje fiber are known as autorhythmic fiber, where in case of this atrial muscle fiber and ventricular muscle fiber, which responsible for contraction of atria and ventricular, are known as contractile fiber. The autorhythmic fiber SA node, the autorhythmic fiber SA node would initiate an action potential about every 0.6 second or 100 times per minute. Nerve impulse from the autonomic nervous system, blood borne hormones such as epinephrine modify the timing and strength of each heartbeat, but they do not establish fundamental rhythm. In a person at rest, for example, acetylcholine released by parasympathetic nervous system, slow SA node pacing to about 0.8 second or 75 action potential per minute. So next in molecular level we will discuss about generation of pacemaker potential in autorhythmic fiber and conduction of action potential in contractile fiber. So here this is the autorhythmic fiber, this is the contractile fiber, and this is the graph for the membrane potential of autorhythmic fiber. This is the graph for membrane potential of contractile fiber. Here, there are so many channels embedded in the plasma membrane of autorhythmic cell as well as contractile cell. The first one is the sodium channel. Sodium channel allows the sodium ion to enter the cell. Second one is the T-type calcium channel, which slow channel, which also allow the entry of calcium ion inside the cell. Third one is the fast calcium channel, which allow calcium ion to enter the cell. The next one is the potassium channel, which allow potassium ion to leave the cell. Here, this is the gap junction, which connect the autorhythmic fiber and contractile fiber. And with the help of this gap junction, the ion from the autorhythmic fiber enter into the contractile fiber. So let's start how the action potential or pacemaker potential generated in the autorhythmic fiber. So first, the resting membrane potential of autorhythmic cell is the minus 60 millivolt. Then there is the slow continuous movement of sodium inside the cell. Due to the sodium ion movement inside the cell or positive ion movement inside the cell, the inner membrane gradually become less negative and depolarized slowly. When the membrane potential get minus 55 millivolt, slow calcium channel is open and calcium ion enter into the cell. Again, the inner membrane gradually become less negative and depolarize slowly and generating the pacemaker potential C. When the membrane potential get minus 40 millivolt, it has reached threshold for initiating the action potential, and at that time the fast acting calcium channel open and the positive charge calcium ion rush in the cell. Calcium influx produce the rapidly rising phase of action potential, that is called the depolarization, which result in the reversal of membrane potential from negative to the positive inside the cell. This phase is known as depolarization of autorhythmic fiber. Depolarization peak at about plus 10 millivolt. This reversal of membrane potential trigger the opening of potassium channel, resulting potassium rapidly leaving the cell. Potassium efflux produce the repolarization and which bringing the membrane potential back down to its resting level. So this phase is known as a repolarization. Membrane potential goes from plus 10 millivolt to resting membrane potential minus 60 millivolt. Ionic pump actively transport calcium back to extracellular phase during repolarization, and sodium potassium ATPase pump also pump sodium out and potassium in. Here if we see that the minus 60 to minus 40, this phase is known as the pacemaker phase. Next, minus 40 to this 10, this is called the depolarization phase, which is because of calcium channel, fast acting calcium channel. And the third one is this black color. This phase is called the repolarization phase, which is because of exit of potassium ion. So the next action potential of contractile fiber. The cardiac contractile cell rely on the autorhythmic cell to generate an action potential and pass the impulse down the line before the cell can contract. At rest, contractile cell have resting membrane potential is about minus 90 millivolt. Neighboring cell, either autorhythmic cell or contractile cell depolarize, and positive ion, it may be calcium or it may be sodium, move into the contractile cell through this gap junction. A smaller voltage change occur which initiate the depolarization. When the contractile fiber is brought to threshold by action potential from the neighboring fiber, its voltage gated fast channel open. Opening of this channel allow sodium inflow. Inflow of sodium down the electrochemical gradient produce the rapid depolarization. Within a few milliseconds, the fast sodium channel automatically inactivate and sodium inflow decrease. Just before the plateau phase begin, some transient voltage gated potassium channel is open, allowing potassium ion to leave the contractile fiber, lead to partial repolarization. The next phase of action potential in contractile fiber is plateau phase. It is the due in part of opening of voltage gated slow calcium channel. When this channel open, calcium ion move from interstitial fluid into cytosol. At the same time, some of potassium channel is open, allowing potassium ion to leave the contractile fiber. Therefore, depolarization is sustained during the plateau phase. So here see, this is a plateau phase where depolarization is sustained. The inflow of calcium cause even more calcium to pour out of sarcoplasmic reticulum into cytosol through additional calcium channel in sarcoplasmic reticulum membrane. The increased calcium concentration in cytosol, calcium bind to regulatory protein troponin. This is the troponin, which allow the actin and myosin filament to begin sliding over each other, and ultimately it trigger the contraction. Substance that alter the movement of calcium through slow calcium channel influence the strength of heart contraction. After, the ionic pump actively transport calcium ion back into the sarcoplasmic reticulum. The plateau phase lasts for about 0.25 seconds and the membrane potential of contractile fiber is close to 0 millivolt. So it is near about 0 millivolt. Next and last phase is the repolarization. After delay, additional voltage gated potassium channel is open and outflow of potassium restore the negative resting membrane potential to 90 millivolt with interior of plasma membrane more negative than exterior. So this is the action potential of contractile fiber, and because of this action potential, how the contractile fiber is contracted. In this phase is known as the depolarization phase. Then from AT to this rapid depolarization phase, which is because of sodium channel. Then this is a partial repolarization, which is because of potassium channel. Then this is the plateau phase because of calcium and potassium channel. And the last one, this black color indicate the repolarization phase, which is because of potassium channel. So this is the action potential of contractile fiber. By this way, the impulse is generated from the autorhythmic fiber, and then through gap junction that ions pass into the contractile fiber. Because of this sodium or potassium ion which is coming from the autorhythmic fiber, contractile fiber get depolarized and get contracted. So this is all about how the impulse is generated and how impulse is propagated and how because of this impulse cell is contracted. Thank you. If you have any question, you can find me at patilchirag17787@gmail.com.